What's up everybody, my name is Danger Doug and thank you so much for watching this video. Today what we're going to be doing is talking about another virtual YouTuber application that you guys can check out, and that is VDraw. VDraw is available in several different formats, including a paid version and also a free trial version, but for all of you guys out there, this is a very inexpensive way to get into VTubing and whatnot. So the paid application is actually around 1,000 Japanese yen, which translates to about, I want to say about $10 USD. And the free trial version, of course, is free, but at the same time, it's definitely something that I would recommend that you guys check out here and there to see exactly what it is that you're getting into before taking the plunge for the $10 for the paid version. Now, the VDraw application was developed by Ogura Laboratories and the folks over there, and essentially it made its debut around July 2018 and underwent several different versions here and there leading up to this point in September 2020. They still have plenty of support for the application too, so it's one of those things where if there's a couple of bug fixes that need to be deployed or something else that they need to kind of do to make the thing work a little bit better, they still have a dedicated core team that actually still manages it. But one of the biggest reasons why I recommend this application, or at least just checking it out at least at first, is that not only can you download the free trial version, but for VDraw Studios, for all the avatars that you make over there from that free download, you can actually import all those 3D models into this application to use them over here. So let's get started with checking out this application and seeing exactly what it looks like and what it's all about. Okay, so this is Ogura Laboratories website. I'll leave a link in the description below, but essentially, when you scroll down over here, the first two items that come up are the first two VDraw applications that are available for download. Here's the paid one at 1,000 Japanese yen, and here is the free trial version. Now we're going to check out the free trial version over here for the purposes of this tutorial, but essentially put the application that you have for free download over here is the latest version that's up at the top. So this is version 1.93. And when you hit this one, it's going to prompt you to sign in with your Pixiv account. And if you've established yourself with a VDraw Studios account here and there, you should already have this. But for our intents and purposes, if you don't have it, you can just sign up with it with your normal email. But for our purposes today, I'm just going to sign in with my regular Pixiv account. So once you get that all set up, then you just go over here to the free downloads, and then it's going to prompt you to save it into a folder or open it. You can either save it in a location that works for you, but for me, I'm just gonna download it over here with Firefox. Okay, so once you get all that settled up, you just need to open up the application itself, and this is the first thing that's going to come up. And essentially what it's doing is it's just prompting the user here and there to not display any personal or confidential information on your monitor when you actually take the VDraw application. I guess they didn't want to be responsible for that or something like that, or whatever else might happen if you have your credit card information up there, but gotta say it. These three folders are going to pop up over here, and essentially what those mean is it's going to like prompt you to select an avatar here and there from those different folders. The ones on the left and the right, if you have any sort of preset models, sure, you can use those. But for our purposes, because we're going to be importing my base model, select the middle button, and then for me, I'm just going to import my base model. Nothing really too crazy and whatnot. It's just the kind of base model in VDraw with a little bit of kind of an emo hair kind of deal. But essentially, hit this button, and it's going to prompt you to select whatever style you want to. You can do a drawing style or a keyboard or gaming style with this one. But for the purposes of this tutorial, we're just going to do drawing style. And then boom, your avatar is all loaded up, and he is now checking out your desktop over here. When you first do this, it's going to give you a little bit of a tutorial type of deal where you're going to get a couple of these buttons over here to kind of let you know exactly what it is that you're capable of as far as the application is concerned. So you can read through those, and then once you're done with those ones, you can come over here to this little X, and then you can just X out of it. And now, check it out. It's your avatar over here on your desktop. And essentially, yeah, no, your mouse cursor is wherever your avatar's pen is going to be following. So if anything, you can have that over here and just it'll follow whatever your mouse movement is. So as you can see, the process of downloading it and actually booting it up is really not all that hard at all. It's actually fairly easy and pretty straightforward for the most part. But let's say you actually want to put together a video for it, or maybe stream with it here and there too. Let's check out how you can actually get this into OBS Studios. Okay, so as soon as you boot up OBS, if you were to actually have this as a kind of capture already here and there, you'll notice that the application itself is frozen. This is actually a common problem that I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can mitigate with this one. But yeah, for this eye icon over here next to VDraw, just disable that one, and I'm going to show you guys how to actually insert this into OBS right out of the gate. So right now I'm just going to remove the old one, And for the purposes of this one, click that little plus icon, and then you want to go to window capture, not video capture device like in FaceRig. But yeah, what you want to do is go to window capture, and for our purposes, I'm just going to call it VDraw, just for the sake of simplicity and whatnot. But essentially a new application and source is going to pop up over here in OBS. Let me pull this over here really quick just so you guys can see it. But essentially with this one over here, what I'm going to do is show you exactly why this is frozen and what you can do about kind of mitigating this problem and getting this set up correctly. So essentially what you want to do is take this, and remember that little eye icon, just hit that one more time to hide it, and then go to properties. And then once you get properties open, you'll notice that this capture method over here is set to automatic. Now you want to change that over here to Windows Graphics Capture. Now don't ask me why this is the way it is, but essentially hit OK. And if you were to activate this again, you'll notice that it's still frozen. However, at the same point, what you can do with this one is essentially what you have to do is restart out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull down the application, we're going to X out of it, and then we're going to restart the VDraw application. Is it a little tedious? Yeah, I know, but at the same time, once we get this thing set up, it's going to start working like a charm. Okay, so from here, what you're going to do is just going to go through the normal procedures here and there and essentially put, even with the recording of this video, you'll see that VDraw is even tracking its own type of actions here and there as I kind of click through it. But yeah, agree to the thing with the source and select your drawing style. And now, hey, look at that. You're now available with this one. Click and drag it down to the bottom of OBS and then boom, you are done. You are all set up and now your avatar is all tracking every one of your mouse movements. So hey, look at this one, you've set it now up in OBS. Let's freaking go, dude. So getting it set up in OBS Studios is really not too hard here and there as well. And the process is actually fairly simple, provided that you still have the window up on one of your other screens or something if you're running a stream or a recording session of some kind. One other thing I did find out is that if you minimize the window, that actually will negate everything that you're doing as far as putting it into the OBS Studios application. So when you do that, it's actually going to have your entire screen go blank. Not good. So just make sure you have it open somewhat, but maybe just like move it to another side of your window in order to just actually keep the window kind of active, so to speak. And really quick, guys, I'm going to cover a little bit of the benefits and certain problems that I did run into while running this application. So good news first, guys. I mean, this application is fairly easy to use and you can get started almost immediately. And again, the free trial version, it's free. It's free to download and it's definitely not too much space here and there in your computer, so you don't have to worry about spacing issues. Not only that, but you also do have some hotkey options here and there if you want to change your avatar's expression here and there during like mid-stream or during mid-recording. So what that essentially means is you can have your character kind of emote a little bit here and there as they're doing a little bit of the drawing and whatnot. And you can set the different buttons here and there, like your shift key or maybe perhaps like caps lock or something. But it's really up to you. And one of the best things about this application is that it's super fun, it's super high-tech looking, has a lot of potential, especially if you're playing games like Osu, or perhaps if you're just doing some art in Photoshop or something, maybe touching up some emotes, or maybe doing something here and there where you're kind of coloring in a little bit of things here and there for some of your photos. It really has a lot of creative potential, especially for a lot of people who want to try virtual YouTubing and trying to actually kind of expand their horizons about what they can actually use as far as the application goes for however you want to portray your avatar in a virtual space. However, there are a couple of problems that I did run into while doing this application and trying to run it myself. Let's cover some of those really quick. So when you run this application, essentially what it's doing is it's going to have a whole display capture that's basically one of your monitors, and it's going to display everything that's going on as far as where you're clicking and what you're doing, what your game is doing, you know, whatever streams you're doing and everything. It's all going to be captured on that particular screen. And the problem with that comes in whenever you're running sort of like an OBS or a Streamlabs OBS type of recorder or broadcaster in the background here and there, because a lot of times VDraw has to render what's going on in your display capture, but then again so does OBS or Streamlabs OBS as well, which has a little bit of lagging issues here and there as well. And because of that issue, sometimes the render here and there for either your OBS or Slabs application or the actual VDraw application itself might be rendering a little bit slow at first. Sometimes it does smooth itself out here and there, but you kind of have to mess with the settings in both OBS and also VDraw in order to kind of find the perfect middle ground as to how to run the thing. And it doesn't take up too much CPU memory as far as running the application is concerned, But the thing that actually causes the most issues here and there is whenever OBS is trying to render it while you're trying to record it for YouTube video or broadcast it to Twitch. And yes, as we all learned this past Sunday over here, last Sunday of September actually, as we're recording this video, I tried streaming with it a little bit on Twitch while playing Osu, and it survived for about a whole 5 minutes, which ultimately led to me just closing the application and trying to see what we could do about going back to the drawing board. But I did come up to this conclusion. If you want to try it for YouTube videos, it's perfectly fine. If you want to do it for like 1 or 2 songs here and there in Osu, record those, and if the application crashes and you have to reboot it, it's okay. You might have to just do a quick reboot. But for like a 2, 3, 4 hour Twitch stream, that's a little bit of a different story. Might not survive so much. One little fix that I did find while I was running a little bit into the OBS problem here and there with VDraw is that when I was looking at some of my particular scenes, what I had to do was eliminate a lot of the sources in that same particular scene. So sources like your video camera capture, you might not want to write in video camera at the same time that you're doing VDraw. Another one is any sort of like alerts or chat alerts or something like that. If it's pulling from an external website, it might have been taking up a little bit more memory. That was another thing we had to drop. And a couple other different things here and there too, like chat windows here and there, any sort of text screens that you might have. Basically, I just kind of got rid of almost everything except for VDraw and maybe a couple other different items, which isn't too bad. If you still got VDraw on a microphone or something like that and you're just kind of doing your thing and just rendering a lot of what's going on your screen for like Osu, or perhaps you're doing an art stream or something like that, it should run perfectly fine. However, is it all bad? No, I'm gonna actually give you guys a little bit more of a bonus as to what this application brought to the table here and there that I really did thoroughly enjoy as soon as we started running it, and that is this. The application doesn't require a camera. That's right, guys, you can run VDraw without the use of any sort of like webcams or anything else that's going on, it's tracking your face or your hand movements or anything. You can actually run this, and what VDraw actually does is it takes your VRM model for the most part and it follows your mouse movement. So wherever your mouse goes, that's where the little drawing pen is going to go during VDraw. So if you're running a recording session or broadcasting session here and you don't have your webcam just yet, and perhaps you just have your microphone, you can get started right away, and you can also get started, again guys, for free, which is not bad whatsoever. I mean, for a lot of the different options that a lot of VTubers do have to their disposal, this is actually another great addition to the entire lineup. And again guys, before I conclude, if you had any other questions here and there that didn't get answered in this video, be sure to leave those in the comments section down below and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, also leave me a like and a comment down below, and also turn on the bell for notifications. I thank you. And also be sure to check out some of our other videos over here, particularly this one over here for walkthrough, and also this one for face rig as well. And with that guys, stay creative, give it a shot, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye guys!